So today we're talking about ball position with the irons, and I'm going to explain to you how changing your ball position is potentially one of the most powerful things you can do in your golf swing to instantly improve your golf shots. So we're talking about ball position with the irons and going to run through, like I said there, why it's one of the most important things to get right and how actually changing it can just instantly allow you to hit better golf shots. Now you can see I'm joined by Jon. Jon's going to be hitting the golf shots today, so lots of pressure on Jon. Jon, that's why here. Jon's got a YouTube channel of his own, some great content on there. Your channel is?
True Golf Academy.
Okay, so I'll link that in the description box along with all Jon's other social handles, which I'm sure are probably the same.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
So give Jon a follow here on YouTube and also follow him on the other social channels as well. So Jon's a full-time coach, I'm a full-time coach. Ball position. How many golfers get it wrong and how many times do you get asked about ball position during a lesson?
Yeah, you get asked it daily, don't you? Definitely. Often see people get it wrong. And we were having a conversation a little earlier that your average four ball, they're kind of giving advice to other golfers, and is that advice correct? You know, should they change their ball position? Is their ball position correct for what they're trying to achieve? And that's, I guess, the idea behind this video.
The idea behind this video really is to empower you, to give you some ownership of your golf swing. Now, if you're watching this video and you came for a lesson with myself or Jon, we could tell you where your ball position needs to be because we've seen your golf swing. If you're not in person, you need to kind of establish it for yourself, and that's really what we're trying to do in this video. So we're going to get Jon to hit a golf shot here with his...
I've got 6 iron.
6 iron. Okay, so we're going to get Jon to hit his stock shot, just what he would do on the course without really trying to do anything particularly special with a golf ball. So we're hoping that this one's going to fly pretty straight. Okay, not bad. A little bit just right, but pretty good. You'd be happy with that. It's on the green.
Happy with the strike. It's on the right side of the green, isn't it? Just a little fade.
Okay.
But not far off.
So Jon's ball position there with the 6 iron, just forward to centre?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Just towards the centre. I guess the camera angle's going to pick it up a little bit, but yeah, towards left chest.
Okay, perfect. So that would be probably what we'd kind of have as the, I guess, the stock position. But if we get Jon to hit another shot here where we get him to move that ball, well, let's tell you what, if you take your setup first, as you would normally.
Okay.
And if we were to sort of say, we're going to get Jon to play this ball, this one here. So 2 golf balls further back. Hope that's still in the picking up range. Yeah, so this is 2 balls further back than what Jon would typically play the 6 iron. Okay, now a very different ball flight. So you can see that ball started right of the target and it had a very, very different curve on it. Now, there's a reason for that. You know, we know that that golf club is working around your body on this arc. So if you can imagine that we have a golf ball here and we move that ball forward or back, Jon is effectively hitting that ball at a different part of the arc, which means that his clubby is going to be traveling in a very different direction. In this case, it was more out to the right-hand side. And we know that if we can get Jon to move his swing path or his club path to the right-hand side, we're going to get balls which curve to the left.
Absolutely.
So let's say I'm on the golf course and I decide I'm going to tell Jon that his ball position is a little bit further forward. I'm changing a lot of things. I'm changing when you hit the ball in the arc. I'm changing probably the trajectory.
Absolutely.
I'm changing where the face is.
Yeah.
And
whether I'm hitting up on it, down on it, the angle of attack, I mean, just huge. Yeah.
So, you know, the first thing would be if Jon comes to me for a lesson and he says, what should my ball position be? I can't really answer that question until I know what is his typical ball flight, what does he actually want to hit? Because if Jon said to me, I really want to hit a right to left shot with my irons, well, his ball might need to be further back than what it was at that first shot. If he wanted to play a big high fade, it might need to be further forward. So it's really understanding that as we move that ball around in our stance, more towards the back foot, more towards the front foot, we're going to get different types of shots. So what would happen if you played the ball forward, like a long way forward?
Yep. So if I set up as normal again.
Yep, and we'll go roughly 2 balls further forward as well.
Just move the ball back so we can do it. So around a club head's width.
Yep, club head's width would be good.
Or just out of shot.
Okay. So again, we're expecting to see something different in the
so
ball
normal
flight.
ball positions there. So it's a good club head's width. So it's left in step, I guess.
Now that time, ball started left of target, a lot higher, and the ball curved to the right. So, you know, you can think of this in a different way. We're talking about ball position, but let's say you're a golfer who has a tendency with your irons, whether that be too much left to right, too much right to left, and you've been working on shallowing the transition or backswing shape or shifting your weight to try and take that fade, let's say, to a straighter shot. Actually, just nudging the ball position can do a lot of that for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, Jon needs to be, you know, a little bit skilled to be able to still strike the ball from those positions, but Jon's a professional, he's able to do that. But just understanding that where that ball position is in your stance will hugely change a lot of factors. Namely, is the club path. Where is that club traveling as it makes contact with the ball? And if we can change the club path, we can change the curve that's on the golf ball. Jon needs to put the face in the right position if he wants that ball to finish on target, but we could do that with a little grip change. So without him having even taken the club away from the ball, just having him set up with the ball position somewhere different and potentially looking at a different grip in terms of slightly weaker or slightly stronger, we could take Jon from a left to right player to a right to left player within one swing.
Yeah.
And I think the important message here is that ball position, it's not a one size fits all, is it?
No, not at all. Absolutely. You've got to know your own game. You've got to know your ball flight. You've got to know where the ball starts, what it's curving, where it finishes. And from there, then you can start to work on what's right for you. And as you said, there's no one size fits all. It's definitely, I guess for your average golfer, it's going to be a little bit of trial and error on a driving range. Observe the ball flight, know where your target is. A lot of golfers don't pick targets, don't have alignment sticks on the ground. But if you do those simple things without the use of a launch monitor, you can really start to learn your game, your ball flight. And I think that's really going to help.
Exactly. And I think I'm a big believer in you know, if we're trying to get the average golfer to play better, when I say average golfer, I'm talking about, you know, you've got a family, you've got a job, you play at the weekends. The things that we can do earlier in the golf swing are easier. You know, trying to change what you do at impact is incredibly difficult, lots of speed there. So the changes we've done here with Jon are just a setup. And it's much easier to make those changes because you've got a little bit more time, you can take a little bit more care and attention over that. And it's just moving that ball around a little bit gives Jon 3 different types of ball flights there. Yeah. So 3 shots, 3 ball positions. What's the ball position for Jon? What shot does he want to hit?
Absolutely, yeah. The one that finishes on target, hopefully.
So, you know, don't be afraid at the driving range to play around with it. You know, play a few back in your stance, play a few forward in your stance and just see what happens to the ball flights. You know, maybe give yourself a 10, 15 shot selection rather than just the odd shot. You know, sample size of 1 isn't the best to work with, but hit a few, see what you get from that ball flight and then make educated decisions based on that information and what's best for your game. And then more importantly, when your playing partners tell you your ball is too far back or too far forward, you don't have to take that advice because you know exactly why you've made that choice. And that's the really key message here. Jon, thanks for your shots. Thanks for your fantastic golf swing and shots that we're hitting there. Thank you to you for watching. I hope that video was helpful and gives you some information which can help you play better golf next time you do play, but also just helps you make better decisions on your own golf swing and what you need to do to play better. Usual stuff is down below. Comments box down. There's a like button. And also give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscription link is over there as well. I'd love you to be part of the channel. I really believe these videos can help you play some better golf, just like Jon.